on your flipping babies chart. First thing you're going to do is come over here and fill in everything about you. Your phenotype is how you look. If your eyes are green, you would write your eye color as green. And remember, non-brown eyes have a genotype of BB. Okay, so if you have dimples or no dimples, you write that here. So if I write dimples, if every single person in my family has dimples, I'd probably write DD. But if there's some people without, I'm guessing that it's big D, little d. And you go through and you fill that all out, all the way down. Okay, then you take your genotypes and you move them over. If you're a girl, you go to the pink page that says I'm a girl. If you're a boy, you go to the blue page that says I'm a boy. Okay, so you fill them out. Remember, my eye color was big B, little b, little b. Notice when I hit the space bar what happens. So all you got to do is click undo to get that to go back to a little b. One goes on each side. Okay, so my dimples were big D, little d. So when I go to fill it in, this is my chart. My husband's chart is already filled in. Okay, so for big B, little b, I don't really have a choice, or little b, I don't have a choice. So my only choice is little b. My husband's only choice is little b. Right? Oops, space, space, space. Oh, I did it again. So just make sure you keep your eye on that when it makes automatic capitals for you. But when I get to my dimples, I've got a choice of big D, little d. I'm going to flip a coin. Okay, this time it was heads, so heads would be the first one, and I'm going to put a big D in. Big D. Then I flip my husband's choice. Oh, he got tails, so he got a small d. So space, 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 small d. So I'm going to fill in the whole baby. The first thing I'm going to start with is the gender. Everybody gets an X from their mom, but what does dad give them, an X or a Y? Heads, it's an X and the baby's a girl. Tails, it's a Y and the baby's a boy. Okay, so once I get my whole baby finished, I'm going to go to slide 5. So I take those genotypes and I fill them in right here. And then the phenotype. So we decided the baby had green eyes and he had dimples because dimples is dominant. And you go, you fill that in. Now you're going to go make a picture of your baby, and you're going to do that by going to Avatar Maker. So if you're having a boy, you click here, and if you're having a girl, you click here. So give it just a second to load. Okay, so you can decide things like face shape and stuff, but that's not something we coded for, so it doesn't really matter. Nose shape, whatever you like. Okay. They don't have cleft chin. So if you picked cleft chin, I would pick a mouth something like this and make it bigger. See, if you make it bigger, it kind of looks like they have a cleft chin. For ears, you can pick the ones that look most attached if you've got attached earlobes, or most detached if you have detached earlobes. For the eyes, you've got a variety of choices. They don't really matter. What matters is the color. So go here, and here's where I pick color. So if I wanted green, I'd go here, maybe something like that. Oh, that's a little bit too green for me. So maybe that seems like a good eye color for green. Here you can pick the thick eyebrows or the thin eyebrows depending on what you have. And you can move them up, 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 down, 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 make them bigger, right? Or make them smaller, bigger or smaller, and change the color. Okay, Same thing with the hair. If you have curly hair, you probably want to pick this one. Yep, not that one. Or this one, something that's curly. That's kind of wavy, 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 straight. And again, go pick your hair color. They have some suggestions. Your blonde, that's a very, very not good blonde. That's just getting worse and worse. There you go. So you got kind of a blonde down there, or that's kind of a blonde over here, right? Redhead. Okay, so pick your hair color. The dress and the background don't really matter. You can put one in if you want. But when you have it just the way you want it, and you've got as many of the traits in as you can, you go down to your snipping tool, you pick New Snip, copy it, and then you click on your copy button. Go back to your family portrait, and you hit Control V or Edit Paste, and put your baby's picture in there. There's an example over here, and then you have some questions.